good evening, my good sirs. Would you care for a bite out of this lovely muffin that I happen to have with me right now?
Oh, goody joy! Oh, yes, I would love to have a partake in such lovely excellentims.
Better be quick before I'll. No, I can do this. Forget. Okay, cut it. Let's cut out the act. The failing. Just let the curtain descend on this failure. Let's just get to the point. The 100 episode, 100 freaking episode, you guys.
Yeah.
The podcast is over. Bye. Honestly, what's there to say? There is clearly no point in criticizing or even analyzing this episode because it is what it is. It's 100% fan service. It's the writer's gift to the very ungrateful fans, if you ask me. It's everything you wish to see on the actual show and more, directly extracted from the fanon we all had, the general idea and fanon about these background characters in the show, seen, portrayed in the actual show, and it is so close to our knowledge of these characters, to our common fanonic knowledge of it, that it's actually kind of scary. I mean, Derpy Hooves likes muffins. Okay, well,
her name is Muffins now.
Muffins now? She's not called Derpy?
Her name is Muffin.
Nah.
No, she's Derpy.
It's in the credits.
No.
She's Derpy.
No. She's
Of
Derpy.
course she's Derpy, but her name is Muffin.
No, she's.
Oh, their name was. Okay.
Oh wait! Is it like this? Is it like the whole Dr. Robotnik mess where basically they called him Dr. Ivo Eggman Robotnik?
Actually, it was originally Eggman in Japan.
Yeah, I know. But then the English decided to.
Why are we talking about that? Let's talk about the 100 episode.
I know, but I'm just saying. Is it like that? But instead, she's called Muffin Derpy Hooves.
No. The credits list her as Muffin.
Okay, but anyway, yeah,
she's Derpy, or alternatively Ditsy Do, but not Muffin.
I would say that
I agree.
I would definitely say that the show's creators in this episode made it as a big celebration and thank you to the fans. I would say
yes. This is what it is—a big thank you to the fans. I mean, and honestly, I'm aware that the writers are not supposed to read fan fictions, but I guess nobody told them not to watch fan animations or see fan art, because everything you see in this episode, it's almost so uncannily true to our general conception of these characters, short of actual literal shipping. And it's...
Yes, but friends with benefits.
Yeah. Okay.
No, seriously, Lara and Bonbon, they keep going on about how they are best friends and what benefits it has.
Yes, they hammered.
Hello.
Yes, they hammered that down quite a bit, but it's mostly it's mostly a setup for the obvious joke that comes after. By which I mean, actually, let's keep that on the side for later because it's kind of the big haha gotcha moment of the cartoon.
Yeah.
Because yes, which I particularly enjoyed. So we have Derpy Hooves. And she's a postmer, she messes things up, and she likes muffin. Perfect, 100% accurate. She and the doctor meet up.
Dr. Hooves.
Dr. Hooves and Derpy. And Dr. Hooves brings Derpy into his lair, and he's a science pony, and...
His lair looks very much like the inside of a TARDIS.
Yeah, okay, a steampunkish version of... But holy crapperoonie. Okay. If you see that scene, and if you keep completely quiet, you can hear every single Dr. Hooves and assistant fangasming at that particular moment.
Okay. There's a moment in there that is even harder for that.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
Near the end.
I'm really surprised how the characters sounded in this episode. They sounded perfect. The doctor acted and talked like a doctor. He chewed the scenery in every scene he was in.
Oh yeah, he was a wonderful character.
He said Alonsi, and he presented himself at the wedding with the freaking fourth Doctor's scarf.
That's the point I meant.
Yeah, that's
I just realised we were talking about this episode. We forgot completely about what the main point of the the main.
Does it even matter? Does it even matter?
Well, I think it needs to be said.
Okay. Mr. and Mrs. Donkey are getting married, and that's basically the premise for every background character in the show to get sent into the foreground to prepare for this wedding that, because of a mess, it was being celebrated one day before its original date. So everyone must get there, and preparations and background ponies doing their things, and this episode is all about them, and also they are the main six who are fighting a panda monster in the background. Nobody cares about that.
That's one of the most funny parts. They're so used to this whole thing going on that they don't even care anymore.
Yes, that's the inherent joke. This cartoon, other than presenting its gifts to the fans, and it's also making fun of its own typical formula with the main characters are usually on the foreground and they are the focus. Now they are in the background, they are not the focus, and vice versa.
I just love the one scene where Octavia asks Sweetie Belle what they're doing and why they're talking to each other, and then they say, "Well, it's either a friendship problem or a giant monster is going to attack the village. If it's going to be if it's a friendship problem, it'll probably be sorted out in 30 minutes."
Okay. Yes, half an hour. Okay, there is such a thing as winking to the audience, and then there is throwing a giant panda monster on our faces. That's what they did. That's the metaphorical and literal equivalent of what they did in this episode.
Well, you know the whole thing. You know what it reminds me of, actually, slightly? It reminds me of Powerpuff Girls slightly, because the girls are fighting giant monsters and people are acting normal about it.
Oh yes, actually,
Tuesday.
Actually, you know what this episode actually reminds me of?
What?
22 Shorts About Springfield.
That one.
That one Simpsons episode in which every side character in the show gets their own little story in a 20 minutes long segment. And that's exactly what happens here. All the stories are interconnected very loosely because of going towards one point, but let's be honest, there's not even a point to point out the point of this episode wants to bring, which is the wedding of the two donkey persons.
The other thing it made me think is that it went for the one thing that cartoons and other shows tend to do, which is basically they concentrate on something really silly or mundane, while all the cool stuff is happening in the background, and let me finish. For once, let me finish. Thank you. It's just that. Oh, you could put me off my trail now. Anyway, my train of thought. is that
you could say you derped out.
I'm going to punch you in a moment.
Cricket, tumbleweed.
Anyway, like I was saying, it's like, and that's supposed to be the whole point of the joke, really, of that whole thing, is that you're not interested in the fight in this case. You're more interested in seeing all these background ponies and what situation the writers could throw at them.
Yes, how do they react to the situation, and what kind of personalities do they have, as if we didn't know already.
It's because it's like, these background ponies had the uncanny ability to be characters in their own right from the beginning.
Yes.
From the word go, and this is like a dream come true for many background pony fans.
Absolutely. I mean, this whole obsession with the background characters began as soon as we started noticing them in the background, completing the scene, so to speak, adding background color like the street starfish in Discworld, so to speak. And thus we started to imagine what these characters might be all about. So the writers wised up about that, and they managed to understand what are our feelings about these characters because of how much they interacted with us, with the fans, the writers, going to conventions and appearing in fan videos. And M.A. Larson was even featured in the last Bronies React video. That's something, all right.
Oh yeah, something.
In fact, you could say that M.A. Larson is of all the writers in the show is the one most involved with the fans right now. And in fact, he was the guy who wrote this episode. Wink, wink.
That definitely explains a lot then.
He's a really ingenious writer when he wants to be. Okay, so
yeah.
We have Derpy and the Doctor. They act like we imagine they would act in any given situation, and then we have Octavia acting like we would imagine Octavia to act, and
worth noticing a different voice than in Equestria Girls.
Well, there was only one spoken line. She had only one spoken line in that film that was really kind of sort of drowned by the rest of the crowd in that film. But really, who cares? She sounds like she's supposed to be in our mind. And
yes, she sounds posh.
Yeah, I was very surprised by that. How close it was to the voices I heard of her before.
And then two things happened that I was not expecting. The Doctor interacting with the Pony cast from The Big Lebowski, making a comeback, and Pony Jeff Bridges says, "You gotta chillax, man." He talks like Jeff Bridges. And what's this man you speak of?
I just love how he actually got there to the bowling alley because he wanted to basically get Rarity to redo his suit ready for the wedding, but then not able to find her. So he asks Vinyl Scratch of all people.
I was expecting Vinyl to talk at some point, but you know what? I actually preferred...
The common theory by now is that she's mute.
Yes, you know what? I actually like this Vinyl because she manages to be really, really expressive not only without talking, but also without showing her eyes often. So it's really a charming character in the way she presents herself. And then she lives with Octavia, and their house is split into two different tastes, and they jump together, and that happens later on, but it is arguably the best part of the episode, whooping all the way through. It's
all the wobs everywhere.
All the wobs, and much like in that freaking fun animation with the bass cannon, whoops saved the day. In the most ludicrous way possible, but it was so delightful. My gosh.
The Tricane came back.
Okay, but at this point, so I was... What?
The Tricane.
Oh, yes, the
Tricane.
That
Tricane.
I don't really care about the Tricane, but who cares? Who cares? Everything is welcome in this episode. Hey, you like this? It's here. Hey, you like this other thing that nobody remembers, only you remember? It's in this episode, because we love you guys. Fan service, ahoy. I mean, we almost had literal time travel at some point, but no, it didn't happen because of circumstances. I like that too.
Yeah, but, imagine that being a spell.
Yeah. Oh yes, imagine the spell. That's fun. Here's probably the most unpredictable moment in the entire episode.
Yeah.
When we get to the first Lyra Bonbon scene. All right.
Yeah.
So, at this point, we've seen Derpy and the Doctor interacting with each other and with someone else. We've seen Octavia behaving how we imagining her to behave. We see Derpy behaving the way we think she should be behaving, and she does, in fact. So at this point, we were all imagining, I bet everyone was imagining, hey, are we going to see Lyra obsessing over humans? No. It's a good thing. And what we do get is the most unexpectedly hilarious thing. Davar, do you want to recount the tale for us?
Can I even remember it? It was like so ridiculous and funny. I just couldn't process it.
You know the face that Lyra makes when Bonbon is revealing her true identity? That's the face I was making. My mouth was agape, my jaw was reaching the floor.
I was more like sitting there going, you want to remember that night be again?
Bonbon, okay, so it turns out Bonbon is a secret government agent who was hiding. He was in hiding, a sleeping agent, but not hiding from the freaking panda bear monster who was hunting her down, apparently. and she decides that she has to, in order to save her life and to save Lyra's life, she has to, guess what? She has to blend in the background. It's almost as if she was supposed to be a background pony, guys. But you know what? This almost kind of explains why she has a different voice every time. She is masking her identity every time.
Yes, and her real identity is Sweetie Drops, which was the official name for the character until the fandom named her Bonbon. Okay, and now her name is Bonbon. Okay.
That was great. I liked that. I really liked it.
It was clever. It was clever, but it was so out of left field. I just couldn't process it all at once.
Okay, that took us completely by surprise because we were expecting an episode in which all our wildest background pony fantasies were becoming true, and we did not expect this episode to go in a direction we didn't really predicted. And when that happened, and that was the big haha gotcha moment.
To be honest, I was more surprised by the fact that the serpent was there. That purple. I forgot his name again.
Was it called
Steven?
Steven Magnet.
Yes, okay, Steven Magnet.
Imagine my surprise when I saw Steven Magnet. Oh my gosh, somebody remember this guy exists.
I remember he exists.
Oh my gosh, I haven't seen him since
the first season.
The season. The
season
first
1, episode 2.
Yes, the season 1 premiere. My gosh, Steven! And he's best friends with the cranky doodle donkey? When did that happen?
And yet they go way back as friends.
Really?
Apparently so.
That's wait, you are Steven Magnet.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
You're a giant snake like dragon, serpent, sea, river monster, and whatnot. That's okay. Okay then, sure. We're not racist in Equestria.
Sure not. No.
Well, I don't think a donkey can be racist in a ponyful land.
Okay. Can we stop for a moment and think how bizarre is that a simple wedding between two donkeys in Ponyville actually it's warranted the presence of the freaking princesses?
Yes.
But it was so nice. We got a real sisterly moment between the two.
Yes. I'm actually fascinated.
Awesome. I was actually
you'd think that something like that would happen earlier on in the series, but no, we had to wait for the 100th episode to have Celestia and Luna acting like sisters with one another, and not like plot devices or plot exposition panels or symbols or statues or
I was just
background or something. Whatever. Actual characters with actual characteristics.
I was actually just floored by the fact that Luna came to a special occasion.
Oh yes. That's fun.
That's what got me. She was there for something for once.
Okay, Bonbon is a spy, and Lyra Bon is now canon.
Yes.
Also,
because they're friends with benefits.
because they emphasize the fact that they are friends a bit too much.
Best friend.
Lyra sits like a human,
which
was really a nice thing to see animation-wise. You know,
it was a nice touch. They didn't bring attention to it. It's just a nice touch.
Yes, the fact that she sits in the background, but she's in the foreground. So
Then again,
so Bonbon.
Oh yes, that one bit where Lyra says, "What about all the times we're sitting on benches?"
Okay, so they were having their own little family drama in the midst of all this wedding-related chaos. It was a really nice touch. Not all the stories go anywhere. They are just there. Everything about this episode is just there. Everything in this episode is just there.
All of them are just lovely vignettes that show off the characters and their bonds. And
okay, guys, I yet to honestly say, perhaps my favorite moment was Gummy.
Oh no, the inner monologues of Gummy.
That was so awesome.
Okay, apparently Gummy decided to take a page from the catatonic oars from Bravest Warriors, and he has his own internal philosophical monologue about the meaning of life. That was so great. That was so
a meaning of life so deep that his eyes showed the image of the same ponies in both eyes. which is that you have to be thinking on a deep level to see that.
And then he leaks his eyeball.
Yeah,
Gummy.
Just to complete the moment.
Gummy is best bet. Okay, so now we get to the main event, which is
all of these vignettes lead to the wedding.
Actually, I was about to talk about Octi-Scratch.
That one.
That was, my gosh, okay, that moment was so satisfying. You know, I've been a fan of Vinyl Scratch and Octavia for very long, even more than Lyra and Bonbon. So
I was more of a fan of Octavia by herself, but I love seeing Octavia and Vinyl Scratch though interacting in their own special way.
Yes, and they decided to jam together. They have a jam session, which is exactly like every Brony musician had imagining them to do. When there are like 1,000, hundreds and upon hundreds of musical compositions that mix up classic cello music with wubs and dubstep, and now we actually see the two of them literally doing that in the show. They just validated the livelihood of an entire community of musicians, to say the least.
I'm saying this here that it was a pretty awesome tune they jammed out.
Yes, it was. The fact it was happening in the first place was just so delightful, and then in a series of convoluted sequences, they managed to bring everyone into the wedding hall in the most dare I say, vinyl scratchy way possible.
Riding a bass cannon.
Yes, and just happening to pick up everyone on the way. Including a very terrified Button Mesh.
Yeah, poor Button.
Including a pony I very much dislike.
Which is?
The cherry vendor.
The cherry vendor? Which one's the cherry vendor again?
When Fluttershy wanted the last cherry and...
that guy.
I did not notice him, but I did notice the flower ponies. It's a disaster. It's a horrible disaster.
Yes, as I saw them, I thought, and we thought Rarity was the drama queen.
I think Ponyville has more drama queens than we think.
Probably.
By the way, that was a direct reference to that Swarm of the Century episode.
Yes.
I think. No, wait.
Really?
No, wait. It wasn't Swarm of the Century. I think it was. It was the fourth episode.
Also, yeah, what was it?
The Appleback season. Appleback season.
Yeah.
And it was a reference to Appleback season, an episode like 5 seasons
And Swarm
ago.
of the Century. They do it in both.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. Yes, but that's great. I mean, it's this attention to detail that these writers have that just proves how much they actually know about their fans and what is the general view on these background characters. I mean, they didn't need to do this episode. They could have just, 100 episode.
Business as usual.
No, they could have done the backstory of Discord or the backstory of Stars Will the Bearded. Why the hell did they not do that, actually? They could have done Celestia and Luna when they were children. But no, and instead they decided to do the hardest thing to do and bring all these background ponies that we know and love and give them personality and basically canonize all of the fanon. Almost all of it. Well, actually, something needed to be sacrificed. I mean, it was either Derpy and the Doctor or Derpy, Mother of Ditsy. So I guess we got
Dinky.
the Mother of Dinky. Ditsy, Dinky, Doodle.
Yankee Doodle Pigeon.
These names.
Yankee Doodle Pigeon. You tap the pigeons.
And we didn't. Okay, so. As a proof that they don't read fan fictions, there was not a mention of the Amethyst pony, also known as Sparkler, being the daughter of Derpy Hooves. So then, instead, she was the organizer pony before Twilight Sparkle came to town.
Which is kind of funny in a sense.
So basically, the princess took her job.
She took a job, even though I thought that.
She was in. What?
Yeah, I was gonna say that that they didn't seem to have an organizer in Winter Wrap Up, and to hear they had one before Twilight came is kind of a bit of.
Oh, it was her.
I think she was the leader of the Animal Squad.
Really?
Yes.
I would not have known that part.
Huh. But anyway,
then again, it's been so long.
Honestly, okay, so this whole climaxes, so to speak, with Cranky Doodle, Donkey Doodle, Cranky Doodle, Donkey, and Miss Donkey finally wedding themselves. Matilda, yes, thank you. Finally marrying themselves in the city hall. The mayor is marrying them. Not a Catholic wedding? Angry letter. angry Tumblr post. Okay. Angry tweet. No, never mind. Okay, so at this point,
those don't make sense anymore.
At this point, the mayor states in the most blatant way possible what this episode is all about. Everyone is the main character in their own story. Speech, which is to say it was on the nose would be euphemistic.
But regardless, it's quite a nice speech, though.
It's unnecessary, but then again, it's a nice cherry on top of the cake that we ate. So eager.
But during the ceremony, there came up another question for me.
Yeah.
Why is there a changeling?
Okay, I don't know why a changeling was there, but it was so cool that changeling was here. I never thought
it's more puzzling for me than the serpent. I've forgotten his name already.
My fiance did say that she wondered if those empty seats were meant to be for the villains.
No, actually, it was all the ponies that didn't want to sit beside the changeling.
Yes, I guess that myself. But
being a changeling, you think he or she could have assumed the form of a pony. Oh, maybe he was one of the ponies in Ponyville all along. Who's to say there are not other changelings, and he was the only one who decided to do the outing, so to speak. Maybe, okay, at this point, why not having the queen herself? Okay, it was a nice touch for the show to remember the changelings, especially considered they are one of the most popular non-pony races in this fantasy world. So, yeah.
Zebras or griffins?
Griffins don't count as villains.
I was saying non-pony races, but griffins do count. But honestly, who cares about the griffins? I don't.
They're jerks.
They're kind of... they are not...
They can't win an idol for the love of it.
No, the problem is that the griffins, they are not really as interesting as a culture as you might think they are. The changelings are interesting because what do we actually know about them?
Other than they feed on love and look like something from Alien.
Yes, and that's already something to be interested over. So, okay, there is a changeling in the wedding. Nobody is batting an eye. I mean, nobody important at the very least. Why the heck would Cadence and Shining Armor attend to this ceremony?
Oh gosh, Shining Armor and his emotional state.
You always cry. Okay, this episode in one fell swoop gave much more personality, much more needed personality development to both the three princesses and Shining Armor. Okay, I like that. But then again, what didn't I like about this episode? And the answer is nothing. I like everything about this episode. It's an episode that was tailor-made specifically for... Yes, specifically for me. This episode was made specifically for me, and for you, and for you, and you, and you were there, and you were there, and you were there.
This episode was definitely made for everyone in mind.
And people were already complaining and backlashing about it even before it came out. Because bronies are a bunch of ungrateful babies. At least the one that act like that.
Yes,
seriously, who is... You always complain before you see it, and afterwards, oh, it wasn't so bad.
Honestly, okay.
Only with bronies.
I can see it right now. Fans are going to complain about this episode, supposedly because of all the pandering. And if they do, they are completely missing the point of this episode to begin with. So,
oh yes,
you're wrong. Okay, wrong fandom, wrong show. You shouldn't watch this show. Just go watch someone else. I mean, if you cannot enjoy what this episode is at a fundamental and even at a superficial level, that simply you don't like this show anymore, or maybe you're just so insecure about your taste that you need to rethink your life. And I'm done with the negative rant. I want to stay positive because this episode is really so something to be positive about, in my opinion.
Yes, because I think it's a very positive one as well, especially since I agreed with Jim Bevan on his view on this episode, basically say it's fan service done right without pandering to its audience.
No, it's not exactly pandering. It's
no,
like,
I said without pandering, as in there was none at all.
Yes, well, it's not, and I was reiterating that it's not exactly pandering. It's in fact a present. It's as open about its nature as it need to be, and when it's been open about its nature, it can't exactly count as pandering, as something sleazy. It's just, hey, there, this is for you guys. Enjoy it. It's a gift. It's an 100th episode. Let's celebrate this legacy that we made together.
By the way, I heard a rumor that this show is not exactly canon. This episode is not exactly canon to the show.
Who cares about that?
Yes, who cares about that?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Just just thought I should mention it.
Okay, honestly, it doesn't matter. It exists. That's what it matters. And you know what?
Yes.
And you know what? Okay, I'm going to tell you this. Okay, I, for one, there is a part of me, a very childish, very gleeful part of myself, that would love nothing more than to see these characters having more episodes dedicated to them.
Oh, wait, what if they do a spin-off series?
But here's the thing.
That could be too much.
Let me finish. Here's the thing. If they do end up having more episodes dedicated to them, then it will make this episode not all that special to begin with. It is a special episode exactly because it is unique. If it's not unique anymore, then
maybe we can have another one at episode 200.
I don't think. I have a feeling that this show won't make it to episode 200.
Season 6 is already confirmed.
Yes, but 26 more episodes won't exactly make it to 200.
They'll need to get to 10, season 10.
And I think this show is going to end after the My Little Pony film in 2017. So. No! Which will mean that we'll probably have a G5 after that.
Whoa, oh dear. I'm have to
and besides, this show is doing great so far. I am pretty much enthusiastic about all the most of the decisions that have been made up until this point about this show. And Season 5 so far has been stellar to me. So it's best that this show would know when it's time to end. Instead of going on forever and eventually losing its touch and going into seasonal rotting.
Yeah, they definitely
like many of our favorite childhood shows eventually end up to be. So
I agree with that sentiment. Quit while you're winning, so to speak.
Yeah. So I guess we're done. I mean, I think we talked about everything that needed to be talked about this episode. Like I said, there isn't much to talk about it other than the fact that it exists. It's a joyride for all the fans.
Yeah,
I know something. I know something.
Yes, what do you?
They jumped they jumped the shark.
What shark?
When Viral and Tavi were riding the
wub machine
through Ponyville, there was lying a plush shark toy on the ground, and they jumped over it.
They jumped. Okay, no. Best episode ever. Applause. They literally jumped the shark. That is, and it was subtle too. M.A. Larson, a tip of the hat to you. That was brilliant. That was clapping, clap. Okay.
I wonder if it was really him that put the shark there.
Okay, so whoever animated that, you deserve my respect. That was great. Yes, this was the Jumping the Shark episode. The fully blown Jumping the Shark episode, completely self-aware, completely there for fun and enjoyment, and just enjoy it, okay?
That's
this
one thing.
Madhog.
I was gonna say really quickly that one little detail I thought was funny was, which was you see the main six about to come to the wedding and suddenly locked out of the building.
Okay,
that was funny to me.
Yes, that was funny. Wait, is it just me, or does it seem that Twilight Sparkle's voice is starting to become a little too sugar-coated for its own good? This tone of voice right now, it's kind of...
I think she was...
kind of getting higher.
I thought it was because she was so touched by the wedding that...
No, I heard Twilight Sparkle when it was touched by something before. It was never this high-pitched. It was kind of... but hey, at the very least, Rainbow Dash misplaced his wing bone.
Yes.
So that happened.
But I would like to say one more thing for this episode entirely. I accept the gift, and I thank you very much for this wonderful gift.
Thank you guys
just
for
thank
the show.
you.
Yes, I'm very grateful.
I am very grateful too. Just so you know, I appreciate everything you're doing. I appreciate the fact that you actually interact and consider the fans this much. And I wish the fans would be just as grateful as we are, and as you are to them. On that note, this has been the family-friendly pony podcast that we never actually did the presentation for tonight. We were so excited to talk about muffins, I mean.
Yes, and exploding flowers.
The Slice of Life episode.
A wonderful, heartfelt episode for everyone.
Really funny, and watch your back. Agent Bonbon is on your track.
The name is Bon. Bon.
Oh, man. Oh, man. The fanfictions will be written even more after this.
Oh,
I
yeah.
already have seen pictures of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
This has been Madhog the Master.
And I've been Devar Akbaron.
And I'm SC2 Nightmare.
See you next time, guys. Oh, Celestia only knows what new adventures will be seen next episode, and the next one, and the one after that. And
According to your theory, the next one should be a cutie map episode.
We'll see about that. Let's see if I'm right about my previous theory about the season structure. Actually, I hope I'm wrong.
Okay.
Because it will be, I like...
Boring.
No, this season is anything but boring, but, less predictable. So, good night, everybody. See you soon.
Good night. And take care.
Good night.
And thank you all for joining us.
And now I'm going to watch Jurassic World. Yay!